I am James Martin. I washed a lot of dishes over at Gilardi's. We talk about local food systems. Of course, I have lots of questions for lots of people. I'm very interested in how this is going to work and how we're actually going to pursue a secure and local food system. And let's start that talk with seeds. And the magic of a seed is the magic of life itself. And contained within a single kernel is the birth of all things. It's a blueprint for how that seed will become what it was destined and designed to be. The question I want to pose to everyone here gathered is, what kind of seed are you? Are you a seed that's going to become a mentor? Are you a seed that's going to become a tree? Are you a seed that's going to be an inspiration for future generations to become seeds themselves? And just as aspen trees are one of the largest organisms on the planet due to their interconnected and deep root systems, Springfield has laid the roots for this gathering generations ago. They laid the roots for this gathering with the birth of SUAC, with the birth of our dirt projects. Their earliest settlers had a connection to the land and to each other. They came to the Ozarks to seek a new opportunity and create a new community. They and those that followed planted the seeds for us to go back to our farmers, for us to go back to our community. And that's what we strive to do at Gilardi's. It goes without saying that the world is facing many challenges, not the least of which is climate change. And I think that affects each and every one of us here, whether we're farmers or consumers or as myself, a reseller of local food. Shifting rainfall patterns, sea level rise, all of these are creating challenges. They're going to make each bioregion and community not only ask questions, but present solutions in order for us to move into the future. And the roots and seeds planted by the earliest pioneers, not only the Ozarks, but the local food movement, combined with well-rooted families like the O'Reillys, have created what you see here today. A farmer's market that just a dozen years ago had 24 vendors. And now we have a beautiful farmer's market. By the way, I'll be at the Iron Chef competition on Saturday. Please come by. This is Gilardi's. I bought Gilardi's about 20 months ago, and this is what it looked like. And you can see here, you might have a tomato there. You might have some potatoes or something growing in there. But what we did is we ripped off all of the grass, and we grow food. So we've taken each and every little space on our property, and we grow and process over 200 pounds a week that we source straight back into our restaurant. Not only do we have food, but we have a source of education. Thanks to the Watershed Committee, thank you so much, we collect our rainwater, we compost 400 pounds a month of our food waste that does not go into our food system, or our waste system. Now we talk about challenges, and I don't want to dwell on challenges. We're going to get more inspirational here in a minute. But one of the biggest factors things facing us is our weather. Sporadic rainfall patterns, changes in heat and cold. We're experiencing that today. And we have to develop systems to create a secure food supply that not only is available in August, but also in December. We also have a problem as local food suppliers and producers of economics. We have to talk about law of supply and demand. My business has to make a profit, and we'll talk about why it's so important for my business to make a profit, because we have a vision at Gilardi's. The third thing that we have to deal with as producers or suppliers is education. How do we educate people to understand that, yes, this egg does cost more than the egg you buy at Dillon's, but there's a reason why. That money stays in our food supply, stays in our economic system here in the Ozarks. It doesn't go somewhere else. Now let's get inspirational. These are young entrepreneurs, and this is what each and every one of us here today are. Whether or not we're involved in the capital system or a community activist, we're entrepreneurs, because the base level, the base definition of an entrepreneur is someone who's willing to give up today what they have for something better tomorrow. Now, Dave Thomas tells us, I love Wendy's, right? Dave Thomas tells us that the three things that will make a business succeed is: 1, know your customers better than anyone else; 2, know your product better than anyone else; and 3, have a burning desire to succeed, whether you're growing food or selling food or serving a customer. And I've got to talk about Adam and Melissa. I did it in my last Pachacacha. Adam and Melissa are the true definition of entrepreneurs. They started with a simple front yard garden. And in a few short years, they have one of the most successful urban farms in the state, Urban Roots. I buy hundreds of pounds of food from them every single week. And I absolutely love the food that we're able to process, because I understand where that money goes. It goes to Adam and Melissa. It goes to fund dirt projects. It goes to all the seeds that they've created as entrepreneurs. Again, we're planting our seeds. And what kind of seed are you going to be? This is an example of their greenhouse. What an incredible story that Adam and Melissa have created for the Ozarks. And of course, I got to talk about Jeff. I gave him a hug as he walked out. Jeff, if you've ever met him on a one-on-one level, is one of the most incredible people you'll ever meet. He truly cares not only about his community and everything that he's done. He's never turned down a request, hey, can we have some beer? We're doing a fundraiser for the CAC or whatever it may be. Jeff has been so successful, he's now one of the 10th fastest growing breweries in the nation. Jeff Schrog is moving into new product lines, but he's doing it because he cares. He's not doing it with a focus on the profit. He's doing it with a focus on the community. He's doing it with a focus on the future. And most importantly, Jeff is planting seeds, not only with his customers, but also with his employees. And that is the most amazing thing about Jeff. This is my ultimate goal. So let's get excited. I have received capital. I've been entrusted with a capital loan. I'm paying that capital loan. I'm taking a 10-year loan and making it a 5-year loan. This is the ultimate culmination of what I will do. We will build greenhouses. We will build greenhouses that will dot this city and make the Ozarks the queen city of the Ozarks again. Ultimately, the system of greenhouses that I will put up all around the city will result in a cannery. I want a production-style cannery. I want the Ozarks to have the first cannery it's had in over 100 years, because the Ozarks will be the breadbasket of the world again. I promise you that. California's drying up. Now this is a passion flower, and I'm not sure what passion, looks like, but I know what it feels like. And each and every one of us have passions, whether it's for food or children or education. I have a passion to create a sustainable future. I have a passion that I believe the Ozarks can look like this someday. Greenhouses, green spaces, a beautiful landscape, not only of zero emissions, but of a secure food supply that each and every one of us have a factor in. When you buy an apple at the farmer's market, when you buy an egg at the farmer's market, or when you come to Gilardi's, you're changing the world with your dollar. And don't forget that your dollar is your vote. Thank you. Woo. Oh, God.